And welcome again to this edition of RIMPAGE Live. I'm here with my host, Katerina. Katerina, how are you today?
Hello, I'm doing great, Patrick. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. On the Monday editions of RIMPAGE Live, we like to talk about the founding principles that underlie RIMPAGE, because we feel like they're universally applicable and you can apply them in other areas of your life. And so we kind of talk more broadly about RIMPAGE on Monday. So today we're talking about having a vision for your life. Katerina, tell us about that, please.
I love that. I love that we take this higher perspective, and the higher perspective of RIMPAGE is actually higher perspective on life.
Right.
So we're talking. Vision is obviously something that's important to us at RIMPAGE, right? We are connecting with visionaries, and as you know, in the beginning stages, it's all about the vision. And vision has to be the starting point, I think.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can imagine, I'm sorry. You want to go ahead and finish your point? Okay. The point I'd love to make, because I think it makes it immediately clear what we're talking about and why it's important, is imagine you're driving in a car, and imagine you've been driving for about 4 hours. Yes. And you stop at a stoplight and someone says, "Hey, I've seen you pass by here 3 or 4 times. Where are you headed?" And you say, "I don't know." And you drive off for another 4 or 5 hours. Now, that sounds ridiculous to be on the road 8 hours just driving and not knowing where you're going. But so many of us are living our lives that way, not knowing where we're going, just driving through life, just sort of drifting. And so you need a destination.
You need a destination, yes, yes. Right. And we have put a few terms there because vision is really synonymous with all of these things that needs to unfold. We need to align with our purpose in life, with the mission that we are on.
Right, right.
And all of those are synonyms, right? The destination, as you said, is also a synonym for that vision.
Your dream.
Yes.
Your vision for your life, your mission, all of those are some wonderful words you gave us there in that list. Your destiny.
The destiny. Yeah. Yes. And who
all
gets
of us,
to create that? Who gets to create it? How do we
decide? That's important. Oh, that's an important question. How do you decide on your vision?
How do you decide? There's got to be things in life that feel to us great when we do them. So when we show up to do certain things, there is a quality of feeling that is distinct, that is unique when we do certain activities, that separates them from the rest of our life. That would be my starting point. What really lights me up when I do it?
Right. Could you imagine having your mission, your destination be somewhere you don't want to go?
Oh my goodness.
and your dream being something you don't like doing. That feeling part, however frivolous it may sound, it's actually very important that you want to do it.
Absolutely.
There's a huge difference between the quality of your work and then also the quantity of your work when you want to do something versus when you feel like you have to. Because you'll do more of it and you'll do it better.
Absolutely. You don't want to sleep. You don't want to eat.
Right.
Everything comes like second place to the thing that really fills your soul in every way.
Think about some of the great achievers, especially in skill areas where these people maybe have attained to the level of what we would call mastery. Those people are, quote unquote, obsessed with that thing that they're doing.
But Patrick, don't you think that we all have to be masters of our own life?
Absolutely.
We all have
Absolutely.
We all have it in us to master our own life. So to master our own vision and our own destiny. We need to be in control and in command of that. Right?
So an important question to ask yourself might be, how much do I like this thing that I'm doing? Chances are, if you hate it, you need to get out of it. That's probably not your mission.
Or you can reframe it. If that is somewhere where you need to be, hey, we have been there. We have both been there. We had done the jobs that we knew that job isn't part of our mission, right? In a greater picture, it played a part, right? But that's the goal That wasn't the vehicle that will deliver us to that destiny fulfilled state, right? But we had to do what we had to do. Yes, so we reframed. You cannot go to work hating where you are. If that is the case, you need to change. Absolutely. If it's altering who you are, you have to consider changing it. Be it a place that causes less, that has less impact, negative impact on your soul in that way.
And that disturbance.
Absolutely, absolutely. But if you can resolve it, if you can make, like the place where I was working, it wasn't horrible. Like we had excellent working conditions. I had brilliant people who worked with me. So there was a lot of elements that I would appreciate about that job, that I could appreciate in that moment. And I focused on those. So I didn't focus on the aspects that I didn't like. Like I didn't like that I couldn't progress in that role, that they had seen a cap for my role. So there was a ceiling up to which I could grow and no further from that. Right? But there were other elements that I really appreciated about that job. Right? So, and I focused on those. And guess what? It didn't last forever. It was for 5 years. And I have learned some great skills there for which I'm grateful. But I reframed it in a positive way. So that is what we can do if we are temporarily in a situation where we have to work at a particular job, perhaps that we know this isn't my dream job.
Right, absolutely. And you make a great point. Knowing your destination can also help you to reframe that job that you're on now. I'll give you an example. During the early stages of RIMPAGE, when I was working a full-time job, I knew I wanted to build RIMPAGE. I also knew that I would have to end up doing some form of sales. Well, at my current job had me doing sales. And so I was thinking about how can I use what I'm learning here to build RIMPAGE? If you don't have a destination, then you can't repurpose or reframe your job like that. So, and keeping with the car analogy, having a destination helps you with decision making. When you come to an intersection, do you turn left or do you turn right or do you turn at all? Well, that's all relative to where you're going. If you know where you're going, then you know which way to turn. So one way you can say it is having a destination helps you to know what to say yes to and what to say no to. And it's very simple. If it's going to move me closer to my goal, say yes to it. If it's not, then say no to it.
Oh, that's a large piece. That's right there. That is a conversation in itself. And it doesn't have to be elaborate, actually, but it is of crucial importance to eliminate things that are not taking you towards your goal. Everything that falls in that category is a no. It doesn't get your attention. It doesn't get your focus. You don't even need to think about it. All you need to do is decide, yes, this is taking me closer to my goal. Yes, I will focus on this. But how can you focus on that if you don't know where the destination is? Right.
And then another part of this is let me see, how can I put it? I want to find the right way to put it. So you go ahead and make your point, and then I'll come back to it.
Okay. So the point that we are making here is that we start with the destination, that we have to have a certain degree of life experience by now that has absolutely showed us that when we have a purpose in mind, that the steps are figured how to get to that destination, that the path is revealed along the way. But if we don't know where we are aiming, we can never hit the target, right?
Right.
But if we know the direction of that target, we can keep going in that direction. And even if we need to course correct, which we will have to do, we're still going in the right direction. We're not turned, any other way, but where we need to be facing.
Thank you. And the point I was going to make is I think it's pretty powerful. And that's when you're choosing your vision, don't choose it based on what's popular out there, or don't feel like this, even though I'm passionate about this thing, the world doesn't have a use for it. So maybe that's not it. You'd be surprised how what an impact you can make with your passion
Yes.
on that thing. So really lean into that. How does this thing make me feel? And if you really love doing it, like I'll use Bruce Lee, for example. He made martial arts popular in movies. It wasn't that popular before he did that. And so he could have said, well, no one's using martial arts in movies. It's no big deal. I won't do it. But he made it a big deal with that passion that he brought to it. And now we're still copying that guy, even to this day.
Yes. And only those who didn't see Bruce Lee movies were not impacted by his mastery. Yeah. Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. And it just awakens something inside ourselves. And that is not to say, I want to be the next Bruce Lee. That may be a path for select few, right? But it also gives you this window of viewing something deeper inside yourself, where it connects you to your own mission in life.
Yes.
It can be something completely different, but because it is so uniquely yours, you have all the components necessary to take that talent, let's call it, or a gift, to the level of absolute mastery. You can become Bruce Lee in your own gift.
Yes, yes.
Right? And you must do that. You really have to do that for the fulfillment of your life, for that feeling of I have achieved my life's goal, right? For that feeling of living with no regret. For that feeling of being in service to other parts of self. And this is something that even when we're not aware of it, our life operates under those instructions. Our inner guide is guiding us towards those choices in life. We just need to tune into it and stop listening to what is popular there, or what seems to be working for other people. If that isn't in alignment, if that is in alignment with your life's goal and mission, then absolutely follow that.
That reminds me of when I first entered college. They would have us go see a counselor, and that counselor's job was to help us pick a field of study. And they would say things like, this one is really popular right now, or this one is paying really well, or this is where the future is headed.
Yes.
That's not how you choose your mission.
No, that's not how you choose.
It really has to give you that opportunity to fulfill the greatness that's inside you. And when you find your own greatness, you inspire others to find theirs.
Yes, that's the only
really
way.
Is a heart issue.
Yes, it is. It isn't it? Primarily, it is that I don't think there is better word that we are looking for than feeling. Perhaps it's a knowing, but it's a knowing that isn't intellectual. It is intelligence. It is something intelligent. This part of you is really, really intelligent. And you have to lean into that part and learn to trust it. I'm speaking from life experience. Every single time in life when I didn't listen to my intuition guiding me, let's call it intuition, right? Is that part of you that knows better on which path you should be going. Every time I didn't listen to that, when I went with maybe popular opinion or someone in authority giving me their opinion, and I gave them credit for, they were well-meaning, but it took me away from where I needed to be, and life course corrected me again and again. So I came to the same junction where I was, right? So I could not escape making that choice to go down my path to my mission.
Your heart knows.
Yes.
Wow. And that's why this is so important, because we're not just talking about success in terms of how big a salary you can command. We're talking about when you reach the end of your life, do you feel fulfilled or not?
Yes.
It's really that feeling of fulfillment that you're going for, that you fulfilled a worthy purpose. So this is huge. It's how you present the best you to the world.
Yes.
Can't do that if you and your heart are not in alignment.
But chances are, when you connect with that mission, with the purpose of your life, that it will be let's say, productive in all other areas of life. It will produce the best quality of life for you. It will produce the best relationship you form with other people.
Yes.
Right? And
Yes.
it will be rewarded, let's say financially, but like in security wise, that your life won't be this perilous, walking on a string and tight rope all the time.
Right.
When you connect with your mission, and when you put yourself in service of your greater self and of the gift that you have inside you, the rewards are always there.
One of them is you just feel good.
Yes.
It feels good doing that thing, especially when other people can benefit from the value that you create.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yes. But I mean, and you're provided for as well, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm not saying that maybe, that there's going to be this great fortune, but do we need a fortune to sustain ourselves? Do we need a fortune to make a positive impact in this world? We need a smile. We need positive energy to create a positive impact in the world. But that you will have a reward when you align with your mission, absolutely. There will be that element of safety also built in, right? You will be
right.
Yes.
Right. Imagine, take a moment to imagine having something worth waking up to. Something that fills you with enthusiasm. You can't wait to get to it the next day. Imagine that kind of life, but life you don't need a vacation from. You don't need to get PTO on 2 weeks vacation from, because it feels like a vacation every day.
That's it. That is how you know without a doubt that you have aligned with your purpose, with your mission in life. When you do not feel you need a break from your life.
So please take a moment to do some thinking. Get by yourself and really listen. Especially if you dread the life you wake up to every morning. Maybe it's time to reevaluate.
Exactly. And if you have any difficulty, and if you want any help with coming up with the right questions to ask yourself, because this takes a while. Sometimes we connect with our dream when we are 21, and sometimes we connect with our dream when we're 47, and sometimes when we're 63. There is no right age here. Yes. If you are at that point where you're asking yourself, where do I want to take my life? What is really the point? What am I doing here? Where am I going? Then these are the topics that we love to talk about. And if we can be of help to you, please feel free to reach out. Leave us a comment, and we will be more than glad to talk with you.
I have a question that I love to ask people, because it helps them get clear on what that mission should be. And I have a question and an exercise. I can help you find that, whatever it is. So if you want to know that question, you want to go through the exercise, just leave us a comment. And I will be glad to get on a call with you. Take about 10 minutes.
Yes, that's it. So you will be clear on this once and for all. That is amazing. On that point, I think that we have delivered here what we set out to do. So we don't want to take too much of your time, but we want to bring you the most important questions and subjects of your life that will aid in producing the quality of your life that you were really born to live. And
really want that for you.
Every decision there is in your hands. The power of fulfilling all of that is in your hands, right?
Yeah. That's the most fun part.
Yes, absolutely. And we love delivering this message, by the way, if you haven't noticed that.
Yes. So, it's one of my favorite things to talk about.
Absolutely. Shall we come back next Monday and talk?
Let's do it, Katerina.
Excellent. Thank you as ever, Patrick. And thank you to all of you who are watching us. Thank you for your support. We appreciate it, but we also want to champion you. So join us on our lives, and have a wonderful new week. Take care.
Take care.